Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Manish Gosalia.
iCreate India is a non-profit organization. It's a pan-India organization that works in building grassroots level entrepreneurs. The program is launched in Goa for the last 3 years. We have been running this program in partnership with the Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And our intent and our thought process is to encourage Goans and people living in Goa to take on the entrepreneurial route or to take up business as one of its vocations. iCreate also runs this program in colleges, across 14 colleges across the state of Goa through what we call the Change the Mindset program. And it basically works on putting the seed or planting the seed among young people who may not decide to start a business the minute they pass out of college, but at least hold that thought in their mind that I should have an entrepreneurial attitude or an entrepreneurial mindset. To know more about our organization, about iCreate India, you can get in touch with the Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry, which is based in Panjim. I live in South Goa, so you can always get in touch with me. Amay has my contact details. There's also a little banner out there where you can have a look at our information.
Contact details are there, participant menu.
Okay, the contact details are there. And we also run the program on an online model through classel.net, where you can register, and there's a small fee of 200-300 rupees to do the entire program. So that's a little introduction. As I've said, iCreate runs through the classel.net. It's a program that's freely available for you. And the genesis of iCreate has been, it's a 10-year organization, and it's a genesis from the Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship, which is an American organization that is in the non-profit space. And this program, a similar one, runs across 22 countries. India is one of the signatories to the program. What we cover in the program is, as one of our CEOs says, it's an encapsulated business program or an MBA program that's done within 5 days. Amay, Rajula are some of the participants who have actually completed the program. And the usual question I get is, what do you teach in the program? So those are some of the topics that we cover. And you might think that these topics are ones that are usually covered by any management program, which to some extent is correct. But we have a different methodology which iCreate incorporates in its training program to make the whole learning fun, interactive, while giving the participants something to carry back home.
They have made it assignment based, so you can take it at your own pace. And the key thing is that it explains business concepts in very, very clear and simple language. For example, we had done a program for sex workers. We had done a program at Sada Jail. Manish is too modest to talk about all the great achievements he's been doing in Goa, like all other great achievers of today. So there was a 10-day program which was run in Sada Jail for the inmates, and it was 10 half days with the feedback we got was that normally when any kind of programs are done, by the 3rd day people stop attending. So even in jail, although they are imprisoned, they have still got free will to come and attend or not to come and attend, and they choose not to come. But for iCreate program, they came for all 10 days, which itself was a big achievement because they were finding some value in it. And for the key concept of iCreate is it takes very complex business concepts and it simplifies them and totally demystifies them. For example, break-even point. Now, many of the people in this room will not even understand what break-even point is, and those who understand will say, advanced mare. Okay? But this break-even point is explained in very simple terms to a person who has not even studied 4th standard. And at the end, he is so clear about it that he can go and explain it to another person. So this is the power of iCreate, and this is now available online for free. Okay, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Amay, for endorsing iCreate. Just put up my slides. So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone's here? Okay. Didn't we have a great panel of speakers today, right through the day? A big thank you to, of course, our two MCs, Jude and Jarvis, who have kept everything running, the wheels in motion. And of course, Amay, who put Udaan together. So, a round of applause, please. My topic, entrepreneurship today. I thought I'll just start. A lot of people have spoken actually across the day about business and entrepreneurship. And I just thought I'll give you a brief idea about the origin of the word entrepreneur. Entrepreneur its origin is from the French language. And a French economist coined the word for someone who takes risks in business. Entrepreneur is also loosely defined with the French language as an adventurer. So that pretty much sums up the life of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is, of course, a risk taker, and he is always looking to provide a solution to a common problem faced by the community, a state, or even a country. Entrepreneurs I hear this word being used sometimes too often. And my attempt today would help you to demystify that word which Amay has put, that let's try and understand what exactly is entrepreneurship. So, what is an entrepreneur? He identifies a challenge, as I mentioned, either in the community or in the state. He generates ideas. And I'll tell you some of the ways where you, if you are interested in embarking on the journey of an entrepreneur, interested in that subject, could look at. He or she provides a solution and, of course, gets paid for his or her effort, and most importantly, pays others. You're all familiar with the Kingfisher story, where he did get paid well, but forgot to pay a couple of his employees. All the employees. Okay, I stand corrected. So, where do we get ideas from? Business newspapers is definitely one of the areas, and a lot of my ideas that I came for. For example, iCreate India carried a little article in the newspaper, which my wife actually brought to my notice. And she said, you teach entrepreneurship, so maybe you should attend this program. And about 4 years ago, I went to Udupi and attended a program on iCreate, and I thought maybe this is something that could work for Goa. And at that point of time, I was teaching in Pune at a college. And today iCreate has grown leaps and bounds in this state. Magazines, Business Goa, and some of my books that I have read and I have liked, I have put together for you. Our books are one of the best ways to understand the mindset and understanding. So biographies of entrepreneurs, as well as stories written about entrepreneurs, are definitely the way to go to look for ideas. I'm sure you have a couple of them which you could also share with the group. There is a lot been said about networking, so I'm not really going to go down that route. We are all part of Toastmasters, so I definitely would like to endorse that, and we have a couple of Toastmasters here today. GCCI, Goa Chamber of Commerce, GTech, which is an IT incubation center, and SIBA, which is based at Verna, are basically areas who encourage young people or people who want to embark on entrepreneurial journeys to look at some of the options, and they have a whole lot of support systems over there. Websites, and that comes to my next topic. One of my key themes is looking at entrepreneurship as a career. When I was in college, there were 3 areas: arts, commerce, and science. My parents told me, your marks are too terrible to join science, so you're out. Arts is for girls. So what are you left with? Absolutely. And I really didn't attend any one of my subjects. So some of my friends will probably endorse that. And, when I passed out of college, I thought, you know what, now I'm a commerce graduate. I know everything. And the world of business and the world of commerce or degrees are totally different. And in today's competitive business environment, where jobs are hard to get, you constantly read in the papers where government jobs are very difficult to get. Corporate jobs are increasingly competitive. Organizations and the government has realized that encouraging people to start their own business is probably a good idea. And the start has been through institutions. So colleges, institutions, including IITs, IIMs, now run a full-fledged curriculum on entrepreneurship. I've taken out a couple of the websites that I have used, and these courses on entrepreneurship are available free of cost or at a nominal cost, probably 1/10 the price what you would pay for a full-fledged MBA program. Attend talks, and most important, find a mentor if that's your interest. Someone like your dad, an uncle, could actually give you some excellent ideas about what business or what are the areas you should look at. I get asked this question very often. What business should I start? How can I start? Give me an idea, give me a project report and I will go and start the business. And usually when you get a project report and you start that business, you become an accidental entrepreneur. Just like me, I started a computer training center about 17 or 18 years ago. Someone told me, kastat business asa. So I said, I should be there. So I went to the bank. Someone prepared a report for me. Went to the bank. Bank said, you got all the things in place? Yes, sir. Have you understood the financials? Have you understood everything? Absolutely. The bank manager asked me a pertinent question. Have you seen that there are too many computer training centers in Goa or in Margao? I said, yes. If they are doing well, so will I. What do you think happened? Sorry? Eventually, and what happened to me? Kastat. I was out of business within 2 years. Okay, so that's what happens, when you are given a project report, someone tells you, go for this business, and you have not done enough work. That is one of the challenges. So by all means, look at what are your hobbies. Build a business about your domain expertise. There are all of you have a skill, all of you have domain expertise, something that you're passionate about. I have a friend here, Daryl, who's interested in health. So he has built his entire business around his passion and provides healthy living to people in Goa. Daryl, would you like to stand up and acknowledge? Sorry, what's the name? Yes, please. Sorry.
Another Daryl who started the sports Maidan. Okay. In America. Okay. As an entrepreneur.
Excellent. There's another Daryl in the making. Be healthy or be extinct is the book that Daryl has written and is a bestseller. But there are several entrepreneurs here in the audience who have used their interest. More than 80 entrepreneurs in this. So I don't know really am I in the right place or not. There are job seekers. So network the job seekers with the entrepreneurs who are in the same classroom or in the same session or in the same hall, and there you go. Resources at your disposal. There was a case where a lady wanted to start a training center. She wanted to offer courses on IIT JEE. And her total investment was about 70 to 80 lakhs. And we thought that that's too much of an investment for someone who's a startup. So we had a couple of sessions with her, and we actually realized that she had a large apartment in Mumbai. She was staying with her parents. And that the size of her hall could easily accommodate about 25 to 30 students. So we asked her, why don't you launch a program in your home and see how that goes? And that's exactly what she did. Today she runs a fantastic computer training center, but she started off from home, built her business, built her capital, and went ahead. So there are resources at your disposal. Just tap into it. Find your passion, a skill that you have acquired, and you're on your way to go. Types of entrepreneurs. Just thought I'll just give you the landscape of entrepreneurs, where it started and where it's going today. And I thought, let me put up some of my friends or the Goan entrepreneurs who have. There are several others. But these are some of the gentlemen that I know. For example, Adesh Karwarkar from Margaon, started off with a one optician shop, and today runs a chain of them across the state of Goa. Kapil Kamath, is passionate about cars and tires and biking, so he's into the world of mobility. Kirit Maganla, no one needs any introduction. Maxons is a well-known brand across Goa. And Gajanan Nagarshekar, Kalos. Has anyone heard of Gajanan Nagarshekar besides my friends? A couple of them. Excellent. Do you know Gajanan Nagarshekar, being a Goan from Ponda, has built an internationally acclaimed app to monitor heartbeat? Am I on track? Yeah. So he's a Goan, and he works with some of the biggest international giants like GE. India's leading entrepreneurs are some that everyone's heard of. These ladies and gentlemen were the ones who set the bedrock of entrepreneurship, on which a lot of young entrepreneurs stand tall. I would like to mention Ashank Desai from Goa. Did everyone know that Ashank Desai is from Goa? Yeah. And Ashank Desai has built one of the most profitable IT companies in the entire country. Anu Aga and Kiran Mazumdar Shah are just some of the people. So what's happening in the landscape of entrepreneurship? The creative entrepreneur, or what I call the young Turks. These guys have changed the landscape of India. We are all familiar with Flipkart and Redbus. Who thought that one day we would be buying diamonds from an online portal? There is an organization called Pepper Fry. When I thought, I'm not into food, Rajula always talks about food, but I thought I'm not really into food. Which actually sells furniture. So these young individuals use their domain expertise and they've changed the landscape of business. So I have a friend of mine who's in the business of selling refrigerators, white goods. And earlier his competition was in Madgaon and some other shops. Today Flipkart can deliver a refrigerator or a washing machine to your doorstep. His competition has changed. So they are creating value by changing the entire business model. Chumbak is an interesting organization, and if you get a little time, do have a look at it. It has some very quirky designs and products that are sold online. Who's the new entrepreneur? someone who wants to do something good. The emergence of the social entrepreneur. Earlier, जो NGO वाले बोलते हैं ना, they used to carry one little bag, white wala, and walk around. That concept has changed. The people who are in the space of social entrepreneurship, loosely defined as NGO, are very professional organizations. So they work in building communities, helping people, making a difference in the community and in the society, while making a reasonable profit for their effort. Dr. Devi Shetty is a well-known personality who has pioneered healthcare and heart care across not only India, but has now gone to international markets with his offering. He says his concept of healthcare or heart treatment is like the Ford model, the assembly line model. And he provides excellent high quality care at low cost. Dhruv Lakra employs people who are differently enabled. I could go on, but if that is something that tugs at your heartstring, social entrepreneurship could be one model. Sorry? Muhammad Yunus, of course, from Bangladesh, who has pioneered micro-lending with the Grameen Bank. There are also other organizations in India, SKS Microfinance, who have also taken the leap forward. Intrapreneur, the new kid on the block, or corporate entrepreneurship. I understand some of you are from the corporate world, and a lot of organizations are supporting entrepreneurial talent within their organizations. Firms like Wipro and Infosys, idea generate, sit with their employees, and if there is a good idea, they actually support them with funding, giving them a team, and actually encouraging them to go out and take the plunge by setting up their business within the umbrella of their organization. So, what does it take to be an entrepreneur? Is entrepreneur, when I get that question and I put this up, they say, do I need all of this? I'm never going to be an entrepreneur then. Not really. There could be a couple of them, or your interest in, for example, risk taking. So I ask a lot of companies or people who've got great jobs, and I ask them, are you willing to take the risk of leaving your company and spending 1 year following your passion? And the answer is no. I said, probably entrepreneurial is not meant for you. But if you are a team player, you are agile, you are flexible, you have all it takes to start your entrepreneurial journey. And you could do it even while you are working in your job. You could start a business from home, use the internet, and slowly build your journey into the world of entrepreneurship. So, I thought I had a little vision for Goa, for Madgaon. And while this is for Madgaon, this can be extrapolated across the country or in any city or any town. We have entrepreneurs here and we have job seekers here. Madgaon is called the commercial capital of Goa. What better place than to tap into this amazing talent of mentors who can come in and help our youth to start their own business? I don't have the answer, but maybe as a group together, we could make Margao a vibrant city. What it was in my yesteryears, when I was a kid, I used to take out a bicycle and just drive across in the city, feeling totally safe that no one's going to knock me down. You know, a space where young people can come in, or anyone can come in and tap into a network of people or ideas. And I just thought of the old collector office which has been lying unused. Could we use that? Could we as a community go and tell them, let's build this, let's use this space for something good? Could we, you know, there's a similar concept called the Hive in Mumbai. And they encourage people from all walks of life to come and spend time over there. And you get ideas on business, you meet people from different walks of life, you can have a cup of coffee, tea, it's a leafy area. And, you know, who knows, we could have the next Flipkart from Goa. A one-stop shop for all government schemes is something I would really like to happen in Goa. It's a challenge for people from South Goa to travel up all the way up north and understand, go back and forth. Model like the Maitigar, one place where all business schemes are available to anyone who wants to start a business. And maybe appoint a CEO, Chief Entrepreneur Officer, maybe, you know, tell our IITian Chief Minister that could we have someone who is dedicated to helping people, students, individuals, retirees to set up their own business. Thank you. We have a couple of questions. We have a couple of minutes for questions. So I think I'm well within time. Waldo, do we have some time? We have 10 minutes. So shoot away and I'll do my best to answer your questions. Disadvantage of an incubation center. Can you elaborate? Sorry, I'm a little confused with your question.
Actually, I'm a student of Goa College of Engineering.
Okay.
I'm interested in entrepreneurship. Okay. But I'm getting all the advantages, plus points of incubation center.
Okay.
But can you tell me about disadvantages?
If any, okay. Well, the whole idea of an incubation center is basically to support and nurture you. Probably, a random disadvantage could be that if your business, and if they reject your idea, you know, I've had some students who come and tell me, I went to SIBA, took my idea to them and they threw it out. I said, did you do a little bit of homework and understand what your idea was? Were you able to communicate to them? Help them to understand the value of your business? And maybe they could have helped you to take the next step forward. But the idea of incubation centers are always to encourage you to start or to support you with your business idea.
SIBA, it doesn't have different topics, right? Currently they are having a session on food.
Okay.
So do they all have like different topics? Or they are just focused on food? I'm not sure about that.
Sure. I know a little bit about SIBA, and they do support entrepreneurs who are in the food space, but they also encourage companies who are in the IT space. I know one organization that they support which is in a geospatial type of, Transeft Technology is also one of the organizations that is part of SIBA. So I think SIBA does encourage a range of businesses, but I think since a lot of people have come with food-related or food-related ideas, they have set up the system more geared towards it. Yes?
What is the kind of support you can expect from this iGrade and incubation center?
I'll just make a clarification. Ours is not really an incubation center. So iCreate India, as I mentioned, is an organization that provides the methodology and teaching to entrepreneurs on how to prepare their business plan, a viable, strong business plan. So we basically we focus on that area. That is our strength. What happens is after you have done this exercise and you want to take this journey forward, we will assist you to tie up with organizations like GEMS, which is again got a banner out there at the back, which mentors people who want to take their business to the next level. There are organizations like Goa Chamber of Commerce, EDC, and there are also organizations like the Chief Minister Rozgar Yojana that supports businesses through funding and things like that. Does that help? Not really? Okay. Okay, so again, a bit of a step backward. We, as an organization, our focus is purely on education and training. So that's all we do. We do education and training. We have started a small fund called the Magic Fund, which is basically a startup amount given to budding entrepreneurs at an interest, but not at the level of interest that microfinance charges. But we give a small amount to help you to plan your business, put things together. Sorry? Yes, we are slightly different from venture capital because we don't take a stake in your company. We actually lend you the money and expect you to repay it within a period of time. Excellent question. Very good. Can you tell me what's the rate of interest that microfinance gives? 6 to 8? 6 to 8%. Any others? Sorry? 9%? 16? Going once? Going twice? Okay. It's actually 24% per month. And this may come as a shock to you. But you know, when you borrow from a microfinance, they charge you interest not on reducing balance. I have some friends from the banking space here who will understand what I'm saying. But they charge you on the principal amount throughout the tenure of the entire loan. So that works out to 24%. We charge 12% on a reducing balance.
Is there something called margin money for the entrepreneurship?
Yes, margin money is similar to the amount of money you need to bring in to meet the requirement for a business. So are you asking about iCreate or you're asking about margin money as a concept?
If somebody wants to grant a loan from EDC or any other organization, yes,
they do expect you to bring in at least 20% of your own funds, because if you go to a bank or to a financial institution and you're not going to put any of your money in, they will say, then, we are a little bit worried, if you don't believe in your business well enough. So they do expect you to bring in margin money or your contribution, as they say, of 20 to 25%. You can negotiate that with the...
So suppose one young entrepreneur, he fails in the beginning. And again he wants to repeat, or he wants to do some other business. Are you patient about that? Can you again give the benefit?
so whether his proposal is considered again.
I think these are all not related to...
No, what I mean to say is that in US, even they encourage the failures.
Yes, it's a valid point. So I won't take it as an iCreate question, but I definitely believe that failure in entrepreneurs is definitely a stepping stone to become a successful entrepreneur. So young Turks that I brought, creative entrepreneurs, have actually gone through several failures before succeeding in their business. It's the same thing with a lot of young people across the country and globally. And in India, somehow, we kind of have a slight stigma attached to people who fail in business. And again, I always tell a lot of parents whom I meet that, give your son or daughter 50,000 or 1 lakh and tell them to start a business. And they might lose it. Okay? But that gives them the confidence for their next business. Because small failures in the beginning of their entrepreneurial journey is far better than a kingfisher type situation.
They give money to their young children and they tell you buy a plot, you work. If you fail, you try again. That's how the Birlas, they have risen as a entrepreneurship.
Totally valid point, totally. I actually read a book about the Bush family in the US, the presidents. And they have all been presidents successfully. You've had 2-3 generations as presidents. And one of the most interesting parts about them was that as a president of the country, when you're born as a child and you attain teenhood, the father, the senior Bush will tell the junior Bush, you need to leave this city. You need to leave this place. And he or she has to choose a different location in America and start a business. And prove him or herself that not being a Bush, you can succeed in your life. And if you are able to do that, you are allowed to come back and you are mentored to get into politics or social work. Wouldn't it have helped if some of our younger politicians would go through something like that? Sorry. Last question. Yeah.
How about the legal part, statutory part that one has to approach to start his business?
There are several ways, and again, I always suggest is get a legal expert. It's a complex subject. The type of rules that regulate businesses. India is unfortunately not one of the best places to do business, but legal, partnership, LLP, a sole proprietor, it's a minefield out there. I do recommend that appoint a professional, make him part of your team, who will help you to take the right decision for your business.
There is one institute in Ahmedabad, Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India. It's a government of India undertaking. Absolutely. They help budding entrepreneurs to, in all matters.
It's a separate point. All right. So EDI is I'll add that to my list. Thank you very much for yes.
I don't know. It's in India. We can say that entrepreneurship culture in Goa is very much introducing. What do you think should be done?
That's what my last slide was basically. That Agustino.
Sir,
Amma is going to link that discussion with a film. So I'm out of time, but we can talk offline. I'm around here, so we can definitely.
Amma, just a minute. Two small stories about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Just after liberation, a community came to Goa. And the father, we are told, the father is to give some 5,000 rupees to the son and tell him, go to business. If the guy came back with 10,000, the father would kick him out. But if he lost 5,000 and came back, the father would give him 50,000 and say that you all learn how to do business.
Excellent.
Now, of late, last 10 years, I'm observing another community in Goa. You know what they do? They have a corpus. So when any of their new young guy comes to do business, they give cash to him. And then he has to do business. But in turn, he has to also pay back and grow that corpus. Excellent. This is how the cultures are working. Thank you.
Excellent. I think very, very, very valid point. Culture definitely plays a... Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Manish.